Hi, welcome to the video. So today I'm going to show you two different drills. So these ones are not in a key, they're more just chromatic type ideas. They use all the notes. These type of ideas I don't use as often. I mostly do drills that are in a certain key or using specific scales, arpeggios, sequences, licks. But these are good for just fundamentals. It's good for finger independence, coordination, strength, endurance. And then the first of the two drills will also help hammer and pull-offs, and the second one will help two-string sweeping, or you could alternate pick it to major thirds and shifting. But I see these more as a means to end, that if you have something weak, creating a drill that will make it stronger is beneficial, but most of your playing should be on things that are actually melodic. They're actually more musical. These are more like a football player doing bench press and wind sprints and things like that. That helps your attributes, but most of your time needs to be actually doing practice drills and playing football. And the same thing here, actually playing music and improvising using scales and arpeggios and etc. and chords and rhythms. So let's jump into these though. So first one, this originally came from exercise that was based upon your basic four note grouping. And when I was at G.I.T in the single string class, they would do a bunch of different variations each class time as a warm up at the beginning of class. And one of them was this: taking a power chord and hammering on the other two notes, and then you also pull off, which it's kind of difficult to do because of your fingers want to move together, especially this. Your pinky doesn't want to pull off and leave this stationary. So I just added to that and put a few more options. So here's the whole thing. And all this will be on tab. I'll show this at the end, but you can always download my tab on my Patreon page. The link is in the description, and it's always free. You don't have to be a member. But if you want to become a member, it's only $1 a month minimum. So, I would love it if some of you guys did become members. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So I'm just going to bar across and strum the 6th and 5th string, and then just hammer on. Do as slow as you need to, and then pull back off to this shape. Then I'm going to do a hammer on with both these fingers and pull off. Then I'm going to switch to a power chord shape. Individually, hammer on, pull off, hammer on, pull off with each one, then hammer and pull off with both, hammer on, pull off. So the whole drill will be this. And then you could take that and move it onto other strings or move it across the neck, however you want. I would just say be careful. Some of these are it's easy to develop a lot of tension trying to hold these positions while doing this, so don't hurt yourself. Don't overdo it. If you start getting sore, stop, shake it out, do something less strenuous. But also, once you kind of get the feel of these, you can then apply it to licks. For example, if I'm going to like a G minor, I could then go and take this sort of idea, and doing it with the hammer pull-offs is more difficult. It's kind of like a baseball player using a weighted bat. It's to make everything feel easier when you take the weights off, or you're running with a weighted vest or something like that. So here, I'm going to go, sorry, not hammer and pull off. So, would be the example of using that same sort of shape, but putting it more into a lick. So again, take it to licks as quickly as you can and see what you can create from it. So this next one is using all two-string sweeps back and forth. So if you're not comfortable with that, this will make you more comfortable with it. And then using major thirds off every set of fingers. Now you could do this in position and try and keep your fingers down as much as possible. You'll really feel the tension when you do that more so, but I prefer it a little bit more relaxed and shifting across the neck. So, and again, this will all be tabbed out. So then I can take this, I'm just starting sweeping up and then reversing it. And then when I get to the end of all my going forward ascending, I just ascend one more and then descend back the other direction. When you've done all those, then you slide forward one more. So and one nice thing about continuous drills like this is you can really get comfortable trying to relax while you're doing it and checking your technique and things like that while you're playing. That's important because if you just think, well, I needed to do that different after you're done, you're probably going to do it the same as you did last time. But if you can force yourself, for example, to be more efficient or more relaxed while you're playing the exercise, that will ingrain into your playing. So when you get to this end, I'm just going to reverse. So, I get a nice shift and just come back. Of course, you can use other intervals too. I'm just using major thirds on this because I think it puts a little bit more difficulty, especially going from this one on it. But you could use minor thirds, you could use fifths, you could use whatever shapes you want. When you get back to the beginning here, I could either just end it there, or I could just start over, and that's where it could become more of an endurance exercise if you go up and down a couple times. But again, don't overdo it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the tab for this. So the top line and a little bit more is using hammer and pulse up. And then before we jump into that, actually, I wrote a quick lick that kind of shows how you could then take that thirds exercise and start applying it to like scales or something. So let's say I've got a G major scale here. I'm going to use that same sort of change, then just go into major arpeggio. Let's see if you remember what I did. So it's like this. The licks I just wrote today in preparation for this, so I was kind of forgetting what I actually wrote. So here you go. So there's the exercise. Here's that shifting thirds one, and then at the very bottom here, I've got those two licks I wrote down too, just in case you want to try them. So that's all. But remember, you can print out, download this from my Patreon page. I think that's a little bit easier than trying to look at it on screen, even if you screenshot it. So thanks for watching. If you are interested in applying thirds to your improvising, I did a whole video on that. It was the last video I did, so I'll put a link up in the corner, that corner, and then check out my other videos. I've got over 100 instructional videos now. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.